tell me what you want, and then it's 2 or 3 cents, I'll get you the
Hey, it's Mental Health Thursday. Now I'm gonna handle it to my dad, man on the city.
I'm teaching my son some civics, so he's riding along with me. We're talking to Councilman Collazo and our town manager. He's really important to get these types of civic discussions, these types of discussions going forward. But today, Mental Health Thursday, we know how important that is, especially with everything that's going on in our society. I know what that's all about, so I know part of breaking through that stigma has been Councilman Collazo's real goal here in our community. Make sure that we do that, and we are doing that. Today, you have a very special guest that's going to be talking to you guys all about that and motivation, more importantly. But we're going to talk about a little bit of the micro part of what's happening with COVID here in our community. I'm joined by our town manager, Ed Peterman, and also Councilman Collazo. So we do want to talk to everything that's happening here in the town. Today we visited our e-learning camp, and we did a video earlier this morning, but we also know that there's things that are reopening, things that are happening, positivity rates that are dropping really fast, but we also know COVID is still very dangerous. Make sure you continue wearing your mask. One of our police officers, one of our beloved officers here in our community, is still in the hospital dealing with COVID symptoms, so make sure you keep him and his family in your prayers, but make sure you continue wearing your mask. And that is so important. But I'm going to hand it over now to our town manager. The COVID-19 update lets you guys know what's happening here in the town of Miami Lakes, and we're going to go to Councilman Collazo, who's going to jump right into Mental Health Thursday. We're going to have that deep, thoughtful discussion breaking through the stigma.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a real brief, because we have an incredible guest who's going to speak to you today. But I just wanted to just tell you, today's report that came down from the State Department of Health showed that in total, in Miami Lakes residents, we've had a total of just a hair below 2,000 people who have tested positive for the COVID-19. As we've said in the past, that doesn't mean that there are 2,000 people right now that are positive. That means that since the beginning, so dating all the way back to late February, March, we've had 2,000 people that have tested positive for the virus. Thankfully, I think we've already seen the past of the peak. The peak probably reared its ugly head about a month ago, and then over the last few weeks, we've seen fewer and fewer people that have been testing positive week to week. So I think that's a very promising sign. It's the same trend that we're seeing at the county level and statewide, and that's why you see some of the changes that we've seen in Tallahassee and at County Hall with the reopening of indoor spaces at restaurants, which was a great development. A lot of our businesses, also Miami Lakes residents here in Miami Lakes, they've now been able to reopen, obviously, with some capacity limitations and maintaining social distancing and the facial coverings and some modifications to how they run their AC systems. But once again, the indoor space in restaurants is reopened, and that's great news. The schools here in Miami-Dade County reopened, the public schools this past week. As we saw, there was a lot of difficulty with the technology. It all seems to be some type of a cyber attack. There was somebody that was arrested earlier today. So thankfully, they've seen the worst of that, and now our kids will be able to get back into the groove of learning virtually. So there's a lot of differences between that and being face-to-face with a teacher. But for now, the safest way is doing it virtually, and hopefully we'll be able to get the program back on track, and our kids will be able to start learning. So with that, I'll turn it back over now to Councilmember Collazo.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Manager. And that is very positive news, and really a great introduction to our mental. And today we have a very special guest who is no stranger to the town of Miami Lakes, and really somebody I'm very proud to introduce, especially in our town, with the inroads that we've made, really making a very inclusive town. He's here today to talk about really keeping a positive mindset. So it's my honor to introduce also a best-selling author, Mr. Jose Flores. Jose? Thank you so much for being here.
you mind if I take my next focus to talk?
Yes.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, what is going on, Miami Lakers? Thank you so much for tuning in today. Listen, I just wanted to come over here and just share a couple of moments and a couple of words of encouragement and motivation with all of you watching. Listen, I know that for all of us to deal with this difficult situation of COVID-19, and like I said, I wanted to come and just encourage you and inspire you and let you know that this isn't where the buck stops. This too shall pass, and we will come out of this bigger, better, and stronger. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about myself real quick. I was born with a neuromuscular condition called spinal muscular atrophy. So as you can see, I'm in a wheelchair due to this condition, and the doctor said that by the age of 15, I would end up in a wheelchair. And they weren't even expecting me to live teenage years. But through the grace of God, this year, February 25th, I celebrated my 43rd birthday. That's right, my 43rd birthday. So I'm super excited about that because every single day that I wake up, I'm kicking life's butt. And I've been through a lot. When I was younger, I had to endure a lot of not only physical challenges, but also mental challenges. And today being Mental Health Day here in Miami Lakes, I wanted to share the importance of having what I like to call PMA. Attitude that's going to help carry us through the tough times that we all deal with in life. So I just want to encourage you. You know, for me, every single year I'm not paralyzed. I can still move and feel everything. It's just weak. So for me, as I've gone through life, every couple of years my body goes through a new shifting of decreased mobility. So you see I can move my arms, but this is just about it. I can't really lift my arms up above my head. And there's a lot of things that I can't do. But once I realized as I got older, it's more COVID-19 situation going on. If you can focus on the things that you can do and the impact that you can make, whether it's small or large, you're making a difference. And that was one of my issues when I was younger. I always felt like because I was in a wheelchair, I would never be able to make a difference. I would never do anything of significance. And I would never be able to leave a legacy. And so today, I'm proud to say that I'm a global motivator, as the council member mentioned, an international motivational speaker, and a best-selling author. Heard the name of Les Brown. He's a global motivator as well. I got the opportunity to go on tour with him 2 years ago, and today I'm impacting millions of lives all across the world. And it's not because of me thinking that my wheelchair was going to hold me back, right? That's what I thought earlier, but it was a mindset shift that I had to make. And it was a small pivot, just 1 degree to the left or right, with the way that you're thinking can literally change your entire life and cause you to live a different type of life. And so today I'm able to live my dream, and my dreams have come true of traveling the world and impacting lives and doing everything I can do. And the reality is that I've all had dreams, right? Everybody watching has dreams. And some of those dreams may look like having a big house and a nice car and a healthy looking bank accounts, right? And there's nothing wrong with those dreams. But my dream was wondering if a woman was ever going to love me like this, if I was going to have children or work a job or own a home or drive a car. And again, through the grace of God, guys, I have all of those things and I'm able to do all of those things. And I don't say that to impress you, but I say that to inspire you and let you know that dreams are still coming true today. Dreams are still coming true today. So if you thought that COVID-19 threw a monkey wrench in your dreams, I want you to know that you don't have to let it take over you. I wrote a book, a best-selling book. It's called Don't Let Your Struggle Become Your Standard. How to be indispensable even when the odds are stacked against you. And so I want to leave you with those words. And I want you to know that COVID-19 isn't going to take over your life. And that you don't have to let your struggle become your standard. You see, my wheelchair is physical. You can has their own wheelchair that they have to carry through life. And so whatever that wheelchair looks like for you, I want you to understand that you don't have to let that become your standard, that you can overcome that. You can become an overcomer and a champion in your own space. Whether it's writing a book or starting a side hustle or opening up a business or just going to the next level in your career, climbing up that corporate ladder. I want you to know whatever it is that you were excited to do before COVID, continue to fan that flame. Continue to fan that flame and let that excitement become bigger and bigger and bigger in your life until it turns into a blaze where that passion and that desire is so hard and you feel it so passionately that you wake up every single morning motivated, excited to tackle life. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you. I wanted to encourage you and just show you what a messenger of hope looks like. Because look at what the reality is. This is how I have to live every single day. Is it easy? Not at all. But can I overcome it by changing my mindset and having a positive attitude and an attitude of gratitude? Absolutely. That's why I'm able to stand before you and smile like this and let you know that if I can myself not to let my struggle become my standard, so can you. So keep on fighting, keep on believing, because when the mind decides, everything else follows. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I'll turn it back over to Councilman Colasso. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jose. And really, when he said mindset disruptor, he really embodies it, really embraces it, and that's really how we have to look. These are the most adverse circumstances most of us have been living with, will probably most ever have to encounter. But really, what we make out of that situation and turn it into a positive is direly important. So thank you, Jose, for that wonderful message. Thank you for inspiring the town of Miami Lakes. Look forward to your continued contributions here, whether it's in conclusion or a special needs advisory board. But thank you so much for delivering this message on Mental Health Thursday. With that, I'll turn it back over to our mayor and town manager. And thank you, Miami Lakers.
Man, let me tell you, I'm pumped up. That was the real deal. Thank you, Jose. That was truly inspirational, amazing, motivational. Spotlight on it. So it's all about mindset, right? So that was awesome. That was awesome. So, manager, anything else? Clarissa, we got any questions on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter?
No questions so far.
Got it. We got nothing right now. Mr. Manager, anything else?
No, I just want to repeat something that you said early on here, which is we've seen tremendous advances over the last few days, over the last week or two, right? Societal, here in the town, here in Miami-Dade County. And now it's up to us, all of us, to make sure we do our part. Wash your hands. Those are the things that are going to finally get us out of this mess. So please, everybody do your individual part and we'll all get through this together.
Follow you?
At Jose Inspires.
At Jose Inspires. Follow at Jose Inspires. I highly recommend you follow him at joseinspires.com and check him out. I mean, he
and let's put the worst behind us. And again, we had the opportunity to visit a great service to our community. For those people who have been having challenges, we have a service that's still openings available to actually drop off your kids at one of our youth centers, at one of our parks, and we can actually provide support to bridge that technology gap for parents when they have to work. So we have that great service. We visited this morning. There was a video that we did highlighting it. Just encourage all the families to take advantage of that opportunity, especially if you have little ones that are having a hard time bridging the gap or the divide between the schoolhouse and virtual learning.
So some good news too, that Councilman Corral and I are heading to now the ribbon cutting of a new restaurant here in the town, Sushi Saki. For us, that's a glimmer of hope, right? We've seen a lot of places close down, a lot of places really walk away because they couldn't sustain, but now we're heading to some new places. So now we're starting to see economic opportunities and development. I don't know, we'll be reporting from there in about 10-15 minutes. So Miami Lakers, take care, God bless, and make sure you follow Jose at Jose